Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining us on episode 3 of season 3. If you're new here, karibu sana. My name is Rozitta. I am super excited because on today's episode I have an old friend, an old schoolmate. Not that she's old as in age, but you get what I'm trying to say, yeah? And she's here to inspire us with her story as an entrepreneur. And I can't wait for us to hear her story. Of course, she's going to be my co-host for the day. And I'll invite her to introduce herself. Karibu.
Thank you so much, Rozitta.
Introduce.
Oh my God. It's so good to see you, first of all.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me today.
It's a pleasure.
My name is Kathambi Rosemary. Everyone calls me Kathambi. You can call me that.
Mm-hmm.
I am a business lady in Nairobi.
Big. Why are you not saying big business?
I am a business mogul in Nairobi. I am a serious business lady in Nairobi. I run an online and a physical shop right in the CBD, OTC, opposite Quick Mart Supermarket on Racecourse Road. And my business is 3 years old. We've been doing this and we're here to talk about that and so much more. What the journey has been like, the challenges, the highs of the business, and so many other things, and just have fun.
Awesome. You're ready for this?
Yes.
So you told me when I was in my second year, you were graduating.
Yes.
That was in 2016.
Yes.
Which course did you do?
I went to Kenyatta University.
Oh yeah, we were in KU.
I did economics and finance. Yes. After
graduating, what did you do? Did you get into business immediately, or what steps did you take?
Right after my graduation, I graduated in April. I stayed at home for just a few months, and then in August, I got my first job. That was a referral from church. In the church group, someone was looking for someone that's done finance, and so
they got that job.
They recommended. We obviously did the interviews and everything, and I was blessed enough to find my first job. And that was about it. I did a lot of finance roles, accounting, and a little bit of sales. Yep.
How was it getting your first job? Because we know there's so many graduates who have stayed out of school for even 5-10 years without getting a first job. So how was it for you getting a first job almost immediately after graduating?
The issue of unemployment in Kenya is currently very high. I really acknowledge that. But again, networking, let's say networks. And one of the things that I did was make sure that everyone around me and everyone that cared to listen knew that I needed a job.
So you let people know you're looking for a job.
Yes, actively.
You are not just sending out applications. Okay.
One of the strategies that I think the people around me, because my elder siblings and my cousins and my friends had been out here before, they really advised me on that part of talk to as many people as you can, everyone that you meet, in the context of talking to them, let them know
that
what
you're
you
looking
need.
for a job.
Yeah, because it's in asking that we receive.
Anyway.
You don't just receive.
Yeah, you have to ask.
Sometimes people may assume that you're okay. You want to stay jobless, or you have a plan.
Yeah.
If you do not communicate, no one knows what you want.
Okay.
So for me, what was crucial is that everyone around me in church, even in the church group, I actually posted that I needed a job.
Okay.
That I've done this, and I would be open to anyone with an opportunity, anyone with a friend who knows a friend. Everyone who hears of anything, please do let me know. And now when that came, the lady posted it in the group. She had maybe forgotten my name or something, because she just said, where was that lady who was looking for a job?
And you got your first job. Amazing. So after getting the first job, how long did you last in it?
How many months were those?
Months.
Months.
Okay, this is interesting.
I think of a typical millennial. You know the way the older generation thinks.
Yeah.
Millennials do. Millennials want to jump over and over. That was the first one.
Yeah.
And I didn't exactly stay so much because it was slightly below 1 year, probably 11 months.
Okay.
And then there's always the urge to keep on applying for jobs,
for a better opportunity.
Yeah, because there is that part of thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. I had it. I had it. I had it. But I was lucky enough to find some greener grass on the other side.
So you got a second job.
I got a second job.
Was it still in finance?
Yes. I was keen to apply for the roles that sounded great for me and that probably complemented what I had done in school and what I wanted to do, because I think I was fixated on the idea of just doing something related to that.
Okay.
But now it is in this second job that I found myself in the marketing department.
Okay.
What I had gone to do there wasn't exactly what I ended up doing, because you know, in the corporate world, it's not always what you want to do or what you're hired to do.
True.
Sometimes there are changes. If there's someone that has left, if there's a gap somewhere,
you need to fill it.
You need to fill it, and so I found myself in the marketing department. What that was like, it was interesting, but again, when you're in the marketing department, most of the time we were focusing on sales, so there would always be meetings and meetings and meetings to review that. And that was hard. That was hard.
What do you mean by hard? Is it the task? Is it the demand? Is it the pressure?
The task wasn't exactly as hard. I would not say that. But you have to. There was the space and the time to master the product and introduce it to the market the right way. Wasn't exactly okay. Was just the right thing, but probably I wasn't ready for it. So I was experiencing a lot of challenges here and there.
Okay.
Which I really tried to maneuver through. It was going out to probably meet the clients was easy. But coming back to give the report, because now the marketplace is not the place where you go and now you come back with positive results every time. But after a week, a month or so, it was a lot easier. But the corporate closed down. There was a few issues here and there.
So the company closed down.
The company was really experiencing a few issues here and there. So I ended up again looking for another one.
So how long did that last?
6 months. I know.
Okay. It wasn't your fault though. The company closed down. So did you look for another job after that, or was that the point where you got into business?
No, I looked for another job immediately.
Okay.
I was lucky because the one that I got after this was more of the very first phase of the interview was a lot of data entry, and the fact that I'm good at typing, I was really fast.
Okay.
So that made it a lot easier, and then now I transitioned into that.
Okay.
I don't know what happened along the way, but for some reason, I was fired.
Oh, you were fired this time. You didn't quit.
This time round, I was fired. That was 6 months again into it.
6 months into the business, you got into the company, you got fired. You're that job. Okay, this is becoming interesting, y'all. So after that, what did you do? After
leaving that one, I took a note of what my CV was becoming. I needed something new and something that would maybe last longer than hopping from one job to the next, another. Because it wasn't exactly giving the report that I would want it to give for me as a young professional.
I get you.
So I I decided, why not probably think through something else, like a business, entrepreneurship, and all these things. And that's how I ended up in now the business. So I took like 3 months to think through what I wanted to do. And when you're actively looking for a business idea, that's when you realize how hard it is. When you're seated from this other end, probably with a job, you never realize that it's hard to decide
an idea.
To say that this is what I'm doing.
Okay, let me ask you. You said you took 3 months to think about the idea, the business idea you wanted to get into. So were you like scouting for ideas? Were you researching online? How are you trying to get an idea?
I was actively thinking through ideas. I was trying to identify a gap that is not filled, so that I feel it. I was also actively listening to the people around me to know what is that problem that they're experiencing
that you want to solve.
And also I had a rough idea in my mind that I needed to do something that will be a lot more in the online space, because naturally that's where we are at
business
right
is
now.
online right
now, yes.
Okay.
And initially I didn't exactly have the money, the whole infrastructure around starting a business.
You didn't have that.
Yes.
So you settled on display materials.
Yes.
How did you get that idea? I want to understand how you decided, because that's not a business idea you just land on, you know. It's not like clothes, it's not jewels, it's display materials, something that's not very common. So for you to come across a certain what do I call it, path that will lead you into that, it's not an easy thing. So how did you get yourself settling for display materials?
How I found myself settling was I was in a couple of groups, Facebook groups, and there's one that where people sell the mitumba, the second-hand clothes. Now everyone would ask for mannequins and everyone would ask for hangers, but
no one had them.
No one had an exact shop. Everyone would tell them, go to this place, go to the other place. And so when I found that, I thought,
this is a good one.
This sounds like what I'm looking for, because back then I would consider myself an introvert. So I didn't want a business that
requires it with people up and down
in the eyes of people.
I totally get you.
Now when I identified that, I thought, and this sounds like a unique one. That was also a thing for me, honestly. And the fact that I didn't see anyone tag a specific person online.
So what I'm getting is, you got into this business not because it's around your passion, your purpose. It was a gap you wanted to fill.
Yes.
You know, we are in an era where we were being told, chase your passion, chase your purpose. And I don't know, do you think that kind of a thing limits us from exploring other ideas because you're fixated on purpose and passion?
The purpose part, I would say that yes to purpose. Passion is great, really great, but also you have to find a balance somewhere, because it is possible that you love, there's something you're passionate about. Let's say, for example, baking. You can be passionate about baking at home for yourself, but once it becomes a business, it's not the same thing. Sometimes it's a whole other thing that when it becomes work, it's no longer a hobby, it becomes something else.
I get you.
Now I think what was passionate for me about all this is that I naturally love offering solutions. If you have an issue and I can solve it, it makes me so happy.
Oh, now I get it. So your passion led you to identify a problem that you were able to solve.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's deep. So that's how you got into display materials.
Yes.
How was the beginning for you? You said you didn't have the capital for it. So how did you find yourself launching this idea?
The beginning was, what I did was, I sat down, came up with a business plan, and wrote down a few things that I needed. My savings were not enough to launch the business the way I would have wanted. I think for this video, I would really want to talk to the young people, especially the young graduates, and even the ones that probably were not able to further their education. The problems are just the same. We are all in one issue, because the idea of probably having generational wealth has not been so solid, especially for this generation. So most of the people that I know, especially the ones around me, I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but they are building from scratch, literally.
I was reading somewhere, it was being said in Africa, less than 1% enjoy generational wealth.
You see? Now, I was also in that bracket of the 99% that are building from
scratch.
Yep.
Yeah.
But of course, with the support of family and all that. So what I did was come up with the logistics of everything and the things that I needed, and then I approached my family to pitch the idea.
So you pitched your idea to your family?
Yes. By this time, I had already figured out what I need, and so many the nitty-gritties about it I were already in place.
Okay.
So I sat my family down, like you know those very official meetings that you call
family meetings.
You call a family meeting by yourself, because the other times that you do family meeting, it's always one of your parents probably addressing a few things. But this time round, it was me. I told them that this is what I wanted to do, and this is how you can support me.
That was very mature.
Yeah.
That was
mature. I had been hopping from one job to the other. Now this time round, I needed to prove myself. Now I was doing that.
And it's also amazing how your parents were supportive and they came to the meeting.
So when we sat down to discuss that with them, I told them what I needed to do. The only thing about the idea was that it was capital intensive, and it would take time, a lot of time to really give the results that I needed.
Okay.
And so that would mean that probably getting into the little savings that I had, and then having them chip in whatever way, which they really did. I'm really grateful. Let me even thank them here in this video.
Thank you,
because they will really watch. So they gave me some support here and there. But again, I had to tone it down to something manageable. Okay. So I first of all started online. And then along the way, you are out of Zilla challenges, whereby you find that a client wants to see what they're buying, so that they can buy. Yeah. That was really
How did you deal
quick.
with that?
That came real quick. I wasn't ready. So the only solution was to get the shop.
A physical shop.
Real quick.
Okay.
Yes.
You didn't consider having them probably meet at a central place?
No, because the logistics of that would be hard, considering that mannequins are a lot bulky. Okay. It's not like the small packages that you just carry around. Yes. So, so what I did is get a shop, and also now the running of this shop was the issue.
Let me ask you before you continue. Was this in your first year of business? Okay, so in the first year of business, you've launched online. Then, because of circumstances, you've had to have a physical shop.
Actually, the very first month.
The first month,
it's proving difficult. Everything is just everywhere.
Okay.
Yes.
So a physical shop in the first month. Interesting. So how was running the physical shop? Because now this is all new for you. It's an experience you've not had before. How was it for you?
It wasn't easy because first of all, when you have a physical shop, the very first thing that rings in your mind is the rent for the shop, because you can't. There's also about the location. You have to be very strategic about
with the location.
Where it is, because there are places you put up the shop and there is no traffic, there is no one buying, and the shop needs to be paid. You still have to pay the rent.
Yes. Yeah.
So what I did was I just got a good place first and trusted that God will work out things for me.
Wow.
That took long. God eventually worked them out, but it took long because you know when you launch a business, there is so much. Especially the product is good. Yeah. The execution is perfect.
The marketing
is epic. But you have not gotten enough market share so that you're profitable.
Wow.
So and we would get a few clients here, another one there, and it would not be enough to pay the bills, and I would always go back to family. Go back to family. Yeah. Thank God for family, because they really do. I got support from that.
They supported you.
But apart from the support is I also put in the work. You cannot be supported forever. So the little savings that I had, bought the stock and everything, and then now the sales that we would make, plus what they would send over, would pay the shop.
Okay. How long did they help you with that?
On the 8th month, they were already wondering, okay.
Is this business really...
Okay. But I knew that it was working out because I could see the progress.
There was progress, and that is what was important to you.
That was very important. And then something happened. In between, I realized that I could have a store.
A store?
Yes, that was a lot cheaper than the shop.
A physical shop.
But in the same building. And then I talked to the management and told them, we are experiencing a few challenges here and there. I would appreciate if I would get a store first, and then we can proceed to the shop later on, because I didn't want also to lose the shop in that building. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I took the store. The store was a lot cheaper, and then there was also the space where the shop is. I would sell from the store and the space, but the shop wasn't exactly as functioning, but it was still mine. Okay. Excuse me. So that also helped me ease the burden, and it is during that intense marketing, talking to people, doing just everything that you do around a business, that we finally got to the break-even point. You know, the point where the costs and the revenues are. Yeah. You're not exactly profitable, but at least the business is paying itself.
Oh my God, I can imagine how that felt. Yeah. How long did you take to break even?
10 months.
10 months. Oh. I hear for a business to finally break even, it could even take up to 2 years. 10 months was brilliant.
10 months was brilliant, but there were 10 intense, very intense months. Yeah. And what helped was a lot of marketing. Let me just say that. And then the online space. The online space is a good space for anyone that's in business and that's looking to start a business. You just have to master consistency and motivating yourself, because it's not every day you wake up and you're feeling like, I want to do this. Most of the days, especially in the first year, you're so clueless. You also, your ideas are running out. Sometimes the challenges, especially the financial challenges, just a lot, because someone else would face challenges like they have the finances, but they're not there physically to probably manage the whole thing. But for me, I was there, but the finances were a challenge because of the capital that was needed. And
finally broke even.
When that happened, that was just so good. Yes.
And it's now 3 years later. What are some of the lessons you've learned as an entrepreneur? What are those things you'd like to share with other entrepreneurs or other beginners, other people who are like, I also want to get into business, but I need somebody to guide me? What are those things you'd share?
First of all, let me say that for most people, you won't just wake up one day and you're an entrepreneur. You will go through the phases of you're self-employed, then you're a business owner, then you transition into being an entrepreneur, because these are different.
Now you need to clarify the difference. Self-employed, business owner, entrepreneur. I thought they're the same thing.
No, they're not the same thing.
Okay, explain.
When you're self-employed, is that you have the business, but you have to be fair. You're doing the work.
You're doing the work yourself.
Yes.
Okay, that's self-employed.
Yes.
Business owner.
As a business owner, probably you gotten to a point where you have a team. You have some structures in place. You have the people that run the whole thing, but you're also present to look after all that.
Supervise and manage.
Yes. And then now there's the entrepreneurship, where you find yourself probably the business is more stable. You're able to invest even in other businesses. You're able to buy shares elsewhere. You're maximizing on the output. You know, for a self-employed person and for a business owner, sometimes you're not able to exactly maximize output because there are so many other things that need to be done. And especially if you're starting small, then the whole process has to be complete. But again, the most important thing is the fact that through the entrepreneurship is really the whole process. You can't exactly skip a stage. It is in actually running the business that you learn every other phase of it, and it's in that running that you're able now to delegate and have people do everything else the way you want it done. It's in interacting with clients that you're able to know how the product is doing in the market. It is also in interacting and selling to them probably directly or whatever it is that you're doing. If it's a product that you're selling, it is in selling to them that they get to tell you, we do not need this, we need this other one. Or this is how we close the sale. You're not able to guide the team that you will work with if you have no idea of what goes on.
So basically the first thing that somebody needs to know is follow the process. Don't try to be an entrepreneur if you haven't gone through self-employment, or at least learn about your business enough to be able to know when you employ someone else, when they are doing the work, when they are delivering the results you're expecting.
Yes, that's practically what we're saying. But also there's a lot of things in between for a business, because sometimes you find yourself that you're in formal employment, you're working elsewhere, and now you need this other one as a side hustle. That balance is very critical as well. You can't exactly say that if you're not there, do not open a business. But you can also we can comfortably say that open it, delegate it to someone, but do your work. The founder has to do some job. You will have to find some balance, because if you do not, it will not be very easy. Probably it will take a longer time to see the results that you need. Somehow, just somehow, you have to find that balance where you're physically present, or where you get to manage everything. Because anything like you're away for a long time, and you're not able to look after everything, it will be hard. It will be really hard, because literally what I've learned myself is a business is literally a baby.
You have to take care of
1 to 3 years
attention,
are crucial.
Yeah.
It's just that. It's that. And not to say that people do not exactly get breakthroughs in any other way.
Yeah.
Okay, like there's no one way of doing anything in this world.
Yeah.
But you might find the breakthroughs, but maybe it would be greater if you were actually there, or it would take lesser effort to get to where you've gotten if you were actually there. The truth of the matter is 1 to 3 years you have to be physically present most of the time to know what is going on, what needs to be done, what you had planned but it's not working out. You know, the way you come with your plan, your business plan, and this is the product that you want to put out in the market, but this is the product that customers want.
I get
it's
you.
not what you want to offer. Sometimes even the client will determine so much of your decisions,
so you have to listen to them.
You have to listen, and it's in actively being there that you get to know what they want,
their demands,
and do it. Yes. Amazing. Because the solution is for them, not for...
It's not for you. You're doing this for your clients, your customers.
Yes.
Amazing. What's the greatest lesson you've learned in those 3 years, as long as running a business is concerned?
That the most important thing is to start. Start.
Don't wait until you have everything in place. Start with what you have.
Waiting to have everything in place is always an excuse to procrastinate forever.
Yeah. Oh, true.
You start first.
Okay.
Start. I the other day I made a post that no amount of theoretical preparedness will cushion you from the actual learning, the practical on the ground.
Okay.
You just come out here and just go through the school of character development and entrepreneurship, because you will find things that you never anticipated. You know, most of the time when you're starting a business, you think, I have the right product, the gap is there, now this is it, let's do this. It's not. It's not. There is a lot more that finds you out here. You'll find yourself even in the middle of, you need to pay taxes, you need this, you need the other, that you never really knew that it would be necessary. So first of all, step out and start. That's the lesson number 1. It is in doing it that you master it.
I get it.
Another lesson that I've learned through this was the power of consistency.
Be consistent as possible.
Be very, very consistent. Decide in your mind that you're gonna push yourself to do it,
and put in the work.
Because there are days you just wake up and you want to give up. There are days you wake up and you just can't do it. Everything is not working out. And there are days that you wake up. It's not every day you wake up and you want to go to that work, to that job, to that business. Everything's just so complicated sometimes. But you have to deliberately decide that I'm gonna be consistent with this. Yes, and learn to collaborate with people.
Is that in terms of marketing, or is it collaborating with your clients in terms of referrals? Everything, because sometimes I realize that you may have a good idea, but you do not have the know-how to execute. Someone else knows what you need to do.
Someone else knows how to execute better than you. You can collaborate with them and come out with something bigger. Learn to work hand in hand with the people that you're solving the problem for, especially if it's the client. Then you will need to listen more. You'll need to look at what's surrounding you. That again takes me back to the five senses. You have to listen, you have to see, sometimes you have to touch.
Yeah.
If you're, for example, if you're in the fashion industry and you're dealing with fabrics, you silk and whatever and these other materials are not the same thing.
Yeah, they're not.
So just be there, collaborate with people, listen to what people are doing, look out for what trends are out there in the marketplace.
Okay.
And just be positive, be optimistic that everything will go well. And if it doesn't go well, again, you also be open to closing down and trying other things. Okay. It's never a bad idea to decide that this is not working out.
Let me try something else.
I've been in those places where I've decided this one is not it. Let's do the other. Yeah.
Amazing. Wow. So 3 years here you are. Display materials. Oh, hadi umekuwa kwa gazeti, by the way. I saw that and I was like,
you. I know.
That was so fantastic. Amazing. Congratulations. And perhaps as we come to the end, you can share with our audience where they can find you, your physical shop, and also online.
All right. Yeah. We are at Display Materials KA on Facebook, at Mannequin Hangers Display on Instagram, and we have a shop at OTC, directly opposite Quickmart Supermarket, shop number 3. Shop number 3.
You've heard it. So in case you need display materials for your business, she's the
even
plug.
Hangers for their homes.
And hangers for your homes, she's the plug. Thank you so much, Rosemary. You've shared a lot. I feel so inspired because I'm self-employed.
Thank you so much.
I've learned a lot from you and I'm encouraged.
Thank you.
And I believe also our audience have learned a thing or two. And definitely if there's a point you relate to, a point that has hit you hard, do comment it in the comment section and I'll be excited to engage with you on the same. That was Kathambi for you. I hope you've enjoyed having her on today's episode. If you have, make sure to like this episode, and of course, if you haven't subscribed, this is the end of the episode, so make sure you subscribe. And that will be it, right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Subscribe to our channel.
Yes, please do subscribe.
If you're looking to start a business, just start.
Yes,
there's never the right time or the wrong time. Pick it up.
Answer.
Yep.
The most important step you can take is to begin. Everything else will flow.
Yes.
Yeah, so remember to follow her on her socials, Display Materials KE, both on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
You can also check out my business page. It's rainbow_closet.ke. Do check that out and I'll be grateful. So that is it for today's episode. Until the next episode.
Bye.
Bye, guys.